71% are included. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I want to share with you the details of a couple new reports that were released showing just what's going on in this country, as well as how the vast majority of Americans are actually feeling. These are some pretty surprising numbers, so let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so. And because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, doing all the research and breaking it all down into these short videos, as well as watching all this new information hitting the wire, making sure that you're getting these latest updates, as it's a very confusing time right now. It's very busy, and it's also a very uncertain time right now, as many of us are wondering, how is all of this information going to impact us, our money, benefits, checks, anything else like that? Of course, I want to break it down into these videos, as well as point out anything out there you can possibly grab and or take advantage of. So again, thanks so much for joining me. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. That's my dedication, that's my commitment, and as always, that is my promise to you and everybody right here in the community. So again, please subscribe down below, and let's get into it and talk about what those reports are now suggesting and what they're showing as far as the vast majority of Americans, how they're feeling, and what they're thinking as of right now. All right, so I'm actually going to be talking about the details of several different reports in this video. So let's work our way through these one at a time. All right, so first off, the first report is actually showing 71% of Americans in this country right now, according to this survey, believe that this country is moving in the wrong direction, which, by the way, this is not a political statement. I'm not taking political sides. All I'm simply telling you is this is what the report is now showing. So 71% of the population of the United States believes that this country is going in the wrong direction. Well, that made me wonder, why? Why do so many people feel this way? Here's what's interesting about it, which, by the way, I'll get to that here in just a second, but I'd love to hear from you down below in the comment section. Do you believe that the country is moving in the right direction, the wrong direction, or what do you believe, and why? I would love to hear why you feel the way that you do. It doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious to hear what you have to say. If you're comfortable in sharing, that's totally fine. If you don't want to, that's totally fine as well. I'm just kind of curious based on what your thoughts are here in this community. But here's what they did in this report. I thought this was very interesting as well. They broke it down by income, okay? So this is kind of interesting. I generally don't see the breakdown like this, but this one broke it down by incomes. So here's what they found. Those individuals with an income of $50,000 or less, 28% of them believe the country is moving in the wrong direction. For those people that have an income between $50,000 and $100,000, 31% of them believe the country is moving in the wrong direction. Meanwhile, for those individuals that have an income of $100,000 or more, 30% of them believe that the country is moving in the wrong direction. They also found that 29% of the American population, or those people that they surveyed anyway, believe that the country is moving in the right direction. So, kind of some interesting statistics right there, right? So generally, no matter how you cut it, it looks like all the income thresholds that I just pointed out there, generally all of those categories, pretty much about 30% of the people believe that, that the country is moving in the wrong direction. So again, I'd love to hear from you if this is your case. If you feel like it's moving the right direction, the wrong direction, I'm just curious what you have to say about it. And again, there's no right or wrong answer. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And again, everybody's perspective and everybody's situation is very different. So again, that's why everybody has, different opinions, and it's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'm just very curious based on this report. So that is what they're suggesting right now. But again, it made me wonder why. Why do so many people feel this way? Why does 71% of the population feel that the country is going in the wrong direction? Well, I did some more digging on this. Why? Because nobody has any money. That's why. So I did a bunch of research on this because I thought there's got to be a common theme behind this. Well, I dug around quite a bit, and I found report after report after report that people are really struggling financially right now. That is why. Now again, why such a small percentage of people believe that the country is moving in the right direction? Because maybe they're having something happened here over the last couple years where maybe they're doing well financially. Maybe something changed where, all of a sudden, their livelihoods or something like that is a lot better. But again, that's a small percentage of the population, right? But the vast majority of people, and again, we've seen this time and time again. In fact, we just got a report out the other day that showed in this country right now, we have $930.6 billion in credit card debt. That's crazy. Almost $1 trillion of credit card debt. They also found from this report as well that in the fourth quarter of 2022, credit card balances increased by 18%. Just in that one quarter alone. That's the biggest increase we've seen in many, many, many years. That's craziness. But again, why? Why is this happening? And why is there so much credit card debt? Is it because we're out buying big screen TVs? Because we're buying the latest, greatest shoes and all the other cool stuff? No, that's not the case at all. It's because nobody has the money to buy the necessities right now. So as I dug into this further, we can clearly see that incomes are not keeping up with the real cost of living, right? So what is the real cost of living? Well, it's certainly higher than what incomes are dealing with right now. So here's the problem. Last year, incomes, again, were well below the actual cost of living. Now, obviously, as we turned over to 2023, a lot of people got raises, right? Fixed income beneficiaries got an 8.7% raise. Those individuals that were working, a 9-to-5 grind, things like that, generally got about a 2 to maybe 3% raise if they were lucky. Well, again, how much was inflation last year? A lot. Way more than 2%, 3%, and even more than the 8.7% that fixed income beneficiaries received, right? So we can clearly see here that incomes are well below the actual cost of living. So again, this year, all it's doing is it's gripping the finances of fixed income beneficiaries, of low income, of wage earners, the 9-to-5 grinders, all of these people. It just continues to grip the finances of literally everybody more and more right now. Well, is somebody going to be very optimistic if every time they look at their bank account, it's going down and down and down, or it's literally just sitting at zero or like a few pennies? Is that going to make anybody optimistic or feeling good about this country moving in the right direction? Probably not, right? So again, remember, what is money? Well, here's the thing. Money is the different perspective of everybody, right? Some people might think, well, money is evil, money is bad. Some people might think money is my freedom. Some people might think money is my security, right? So everybody has this different idea about money, but I think we can all probably agree money gets us the things that we need, right? For the most part, it gets us food. It gets us shelter. It gets us transportation. It gets us warm clothes. It gets us whatever else we want, right? It gets us the things. So therefore, whether we have a positive opinion or a negative opinion about money, or it's a neutral opinion, doesn't really matter. But what we can probably all agree on is it gets us the things that we need. And without it, it's pretty tough, right? It gets pretty tough the less money that you have, right? And again, that is what these reports are now suggesting, is that wait, nobody has any money. No wonder why the vast majority of people are feeling so bad right now, because nobody has any, right? So that is what these reports continue to show. So yeah, some surprising stuff, but at the same time, not all that shocking. And again, one more thing that I want to point out really quickly as well. We also continue to find from these reports as well that all this credit card debt out there, the vast majority of people are carrying balances. In fact, with that report that came out the other day, they found that the average balance right now on a credit card is a little bit over $5,800. Well, guess what? Do most people have $5,800 these days? Not really. That's why the balances are being floated on credit cards. So if somebody looks at their credit card thinking, don't have any money, got to float a balance on a credit card, I don't have any money to pay the credit card off, it's going to take me like forever to pay this thing off with the minimum balances, I'm looking at an interest rate of say 22 to 23% on my credit card, can I ever get ahead? Again, is that going to get somebody all, motivated and excited about life and excited about everything? Probably not, right? It's pretty tough to get motivated when you look at every single time your card or your balance or something, seeing that huge interest rate and saying, oh, wow, this is going to take me a decade to pay off. Yeah, that's really motivating. Not, right? So anyway, this is what the reports are showing. Now, one last report that I want to point out really quickly as well. This one was showing that in the last month of 2022, now this report, by the way, is delayed a couple months. So that's why I'm talking about this from a couple months ago. But this report is delayed always a couple months. And this was showing that in December of 2022, there were 11.4 million job openings in this country. That's a crazy big number, okay? That's a lot of job openings in this country. Now, this is basically shows that there's a huge disconnect between job openings, job placements, workers, all kinds of things like this. And again, it just shows that employees have huge leverage to basically write your own price tag. If you wanted to get, if you were looking for a job or something like that. Now, I'm not saying you should be out there looking for a job. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm simply saying is that if an employee walks in and there's, 50 job openings or something like this, or, there's a job opening and there's one applicant, I mean, can they walk in and say, I see that you're offering $20 an hour. I'm willing to do this, but I need $25 or $28 an hour. They have the leverage to negotiate these higher wages because there's so many job openings that there's such a lack of workers right now that employees really do have the leverage. So that's the point behind this. And again, that's not what the Federal Reserve wants to see. They want to see lower wages. They want to see less wage increases because this is just leading to more inflation in their opinions. So yeah, crazy time, right? Yeah, anyway, these are a couple of reports that I wanted to bring to your attention, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So always, I want to bring this to you so you can see what's really going on out there, what the vast majority of Americans are really feeling right now. And you can clearly see from the reports here, a lot of people are not feeling that great about the health of this economy, what's really going on out there, and why so many people are struggling. It's because money. Nobody has any. And the people that do, they're the minority. There's not that many people that do, right? So we can clearly see here from these statistics. Either way, hope you found this to be interesting. I certainly did. I always enjoy these types of reports because I thought, it just gives us a big 10,000-foot view on what's really going on, and you can clearly see the details behind all of this. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.